This is a binocular head. Sometimes when you look through it, it's cloudy or foggy, and it's the same way whether you clean the lenses, the objective lens, or your eyepiece lens. It's still cloudy or foggy. The issue is your prisms inside need to be cleaned. The way to go about that, you can either leave your head on your slit lamp or take it off. Better to take it off because if you lose screws, you might find them easier. You can either take each side out by removing your safety screws underneath so that you can remove each side. There's going to be 3 cover screws. You'll have to remove those. And then you'll notice that there's 3 larger screws all the way around. These anchor your prism set inside this casing. So you'll have to remove those 3. Once you do, I've already taken the other 2 out. There's the 3rd one. Once you've removed the anchor screws, it's going to be a tight fit, and occasionally it will not move at all, no matter what you do. You could use a razor blade edge to try to pry it apart. It still doesn't work. Might have to use heat on the outer casing. Might have to use a little bit of acetone on the edge, squirting some inside your anchor holes, your screw holes. Once you heat it up, use your blade again to try to pry the 2 surfaces apart. Before you remove it, you might want to mark the original position. It's a tight fit, so sometimes when it finally gives, it's possible that the corner edge of your prism might catch on the side and chip it. It's fine as long as the chip is not real deep towards the center. These outer edges will not show through your view, so it's okay if you get a little chip on your prism as it's coming out. Just be careful. Okay, all of these surfaces will need to be cleaned with some type of glass cleaner, cotton swabs. Use your light to examine the surface. As you can see, if this camera could really pick it up, you could see how it's a little cloudy. Once you cleaned each surface, your 2 angled surfaces, your flat surfaces, and don't forget the bottom. flat surfaces. You need to clean both sides, everything that you can get to. And don't forget the prism surface inside your eyepiece. That needs to be cleaned too. Once you've cleaned everything, looking through your light source to ensure they're all clean. I do want to make a note. Sometimes these set screws, which you would be using if you needed to adjust your alignment, sometimes they're sticking above the surface, and that makes it virtually impossible to pull out to clean. You would actually have to remove the screw completely to get it out, but then that would mess up your alignment, and that would not be advisable. That could take a very long time to realign if you have major disalignment by taking out your set screws. Find your marks, reinstall. Now once you reinstall, try to center each hole, twisting it, turning it, to try to center the holes all the way around, so that when you reinstall your anchor screws, it's going to be as close as possible to its original position. Install those. Your cover. Put your cover screws back on. Reinsert. And put your safety screws back in.